The Ruckus Society is a community of activists that are committed to direct action, and direct action that really speaks to people and engages people, and that really calls for people to take action to save the planet. We train activists that are interested in learning more about technical skills involved in doing direct action. I think that there are issues that are compelling enough that it's worth putting yourself out there and putting yourself at risk and surrendering control.
It's too important not to protect us.
Direct action gets the goods. I don't think there's any tool in an activist toolbox more effective at bringing a campaign into clear definition, at seizing on a political opportunity and moving forward, creating, just change. If you look at any successful campaign for social change, it's utilized civil disobedience, whether you're talking about Gandhi's liberation of India, whether you're talking about the emancipation of slavery in the United States, whether you're talking about the suffrage movement here in the US, up to the civil rights movement. They've all utilized the tactic of civil disobedience in a really effective way. I think the name the Ruckus Society is a really powerful one, and it's sort of a mind bomb, it detonates with people.
Good morning, Ruckus.
They say, here's a group that's raised in hell.
Yes, she is, but she is about 5 stories off the ground right now.
Constructively and strategically raised in hell, and that we're doing it with a sense of humor, and that we're doing it with a sense of excellence.
We established the Ruckus Society to train a whole new generation of activists in the tradition of nonviolence. Come forward. Our first program went so well that we started doing 2 or 3 of them a year. It really helps if you can draw on the experience that all of us have had through various organizations in the past. We're in our 5th year right now. We've probably trained upwards of 1,200 activists in these week-long intensive training camps. Really, we're just teachers. We're passing on something that we learned, that we helped develop, that maybe we added something to, and we're going to give this to another generation of people, and I think that they're going to make their imprint on it as well, and it's part of our tradition.
I think that there was more you could have done to enhance a respectful interaction with that first cop on the scene. Greenpeace was such an inspiration to me. One of my childhood dreams was to sail on the Rainbow Warrior, and I got the opportunity to do that. I was out in an inflatable measuring an illegal French drift net when the French Navy attacked the Rainbow Warrior, and we came running back to help to draw some of the fire from the water cannons, and we were being washed down with these water cannons, and eventually I guess we infuriated the French commandos so much that they threw a stun grenade into the inflatable that we were in, and made this huge explosion, percussion, kind of knocked us out, turned us off like a light, but luckily there was no shrapnel and we weren't injured. It's almost a magical moment, it's like this crystalline clarity that happens when you do a great action. It's like the universe opens up and you step into the possibility of what can be, and the only way I can describe it is magical. You feel like you're a part of something much greater than yourself.
Good trouble is the things that make a difference. That's what the United States was founded on. The Revolutionary War was good trouble.
Our mission really is to stirring up the dust, raising hell, getting people off the fence. We specialize in creative confrontation.
Now we're at camp in Middleburg, Virginia. This camp is being held on a farm owned by a French woman named Elaine Broadhead.
Did you see Michael by any chance?
We met a few years ago when France was testing nuclear weapons. Elaine and I got kicked out of the French embassy together in a protest, and I fell in love with Elaine at that point. And this is the 2nd year in a row that she's let us use her farm to put on this incredible camp.
As I told him, I don't farm anymore, I farm activists.
Right now, everyone in camp is prepping for a series of mock actions.
Hey, what's going on up there? You are under arrest. You are under arrest. Take a time out, Nathan.
Hopefully, it will allow folks to put a lot of these tactics that we've been teaching all week into play in a realistic situation.
Walk away from there now. No, this officer is hurting me!
What's your badge number, officer? Dude, I'm the referee. Why would you endanger all these people like this? Doing what? Resisting arrest, acting like a nutcase when you're getting arrested. You really want to do that?
We've been taken under arrest here. We're nonviolent protesters, and if you'll see that it's all basically under control, we're professional and we've been trained for this.
I don't think you can completely do away with the perception that this is a game of sorts, you know? But I mean, when you look at the Army, they practice warfare all the time. What we're practicing is waging peace here. I think it is important that we're not, as direct action activists, being always so gloom and doom, but in fact be pointing towards solutions. I think people around here feel like we're winning, and they definitely feel like we're having more fun than our opposition. You know, I'd just like to see Ruckus grow as a community of people. We want people to want to join us. We want people to feel like, wow, these are ordinary people doing extraordinary things because there's a compelling reason. And I want to start saying to mainstream America, this is an unsustainable path we're on, and I think psychically, you know, deep down, people recognize that. I think I've given up the opportunity to have a regular 9-to-5 job by having the kind of criminal record that I do at this point. I mean, I don't want a regular 9-to-5 job. I love what I do. It's the best job I've ever had. I get to spend more time in the most beautiful places on earth with amazing people, and I get to be in this amazing community that's struggling real hard to put something aside for our children, so how could I leave that? Hanging from a bridge or climbing a building, it can be a pretty radical act, but I want to define us as patriots. This degradation of our surroundings and of our life support system is truly radical, and me intervening with these things and standing in their path is just a pretty rational act.
After camp ended, 2 participants shimmied up the World Bank building in Washington, D.C. to protest China's occupation of Tibet. If you're interested in learning how to do this and more, the Ruckus Society holds free training camps every year in locations all around the country. For info on signing up, visit our website,